And Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
It's time for something different.
There's been enough thinking.
Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up religion.
Don't be so serious about everything.
This aggression will not stand, man.
Let's just chill, huh? Let's have some fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I want fire.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Jiggle, jiggle.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
My money don't jiggle, jiggle, it folds. I'd like to see you wiggle, wiggle, for sure. And make me wanna dribble, dribble. You know, riding in my Fiat, you really have to see it. 6 feet 2 in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine.
I'd like to see you jiggle, jiggle.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube, and what a glorious, glorious afternoon in most parts of the Miami Valley. I know we got some storms up north, Wapakoneta, Salina, let's see, near Urbana, Bell Fountain. But everything south is it's just glorious, glorious. So hopefully those storms will move out. Tonight on the show, it's Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. We've got some folks here coming from the Miamisburg Historical Society. And I'm hoping, I don't think they are, but I'm hoping they're in costume. There's some people that are interpretive educators where they dress in a certain way, historic clothing, and they educate people about, well, history there in Miamisburg. So I'm hoping that somebody is wearing a costume, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know that that's going to happen. We also have a car into, well, this was a big rig, actually. Happened up north, but we'll talk about that. We got, Top Gun, the original Top Gun coming back to the movie theaters. We're going to talk about that because just by chance, I have a couple of crazy stories about fighter jets. So that's exciting. But first, I got to, this is kind of a historic day in itself. We have a brand new producer, fairly new. Oliver, get on the mic there.
Hi, Todd.
Okay, yeah, I was saying you have to talk. That's part of it. So this is your first day producing the show by yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I've been looking forward to it all week.
You know, I feel a little bit like a dad launching their kid down the sidewalk on their two-wheel bicycle after taking off the training wheels. And today is your first day unsupervised, right?
Right, absolutely.
So
no training wheels.
So you're either going to make it around the block or you're going to crash into a tree.
Yep.
But don't worry. Whatever happens, happens. It's fine. It's your first time, right? It's a big deal. No stress, no pressure. Just have a little fun here on the show. Well, welcome. Oh, by the way, can I call you Ollie?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
You know, I told you off the air that I referred to you as Ollie to someone here, a couple of people here in the building, and they said, oh, don't call him that. He doesn't like Ollie. And I said, well, wait a second. I asked him if I could call him Ollie, and he said, yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like, I'm pretty sure in my interview, they asked me if they could call me that. And I just kind of said, well, I haven't really ever gone by that before, but I'm not opposed to it. And now, you know, kind of working here, I realize that's a pretty good radio name. Like
I think
Ollie.
it is. I think it is. That's a great name.
Yeah, I'm starting to like it.
Oliver, no offense, but I think of the kid in the musical.
Yeah, I've gotten that before.
Yeah. I like Ollie. Ollie's that's a cool name. Anyway, well, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Give him a round of applause. That's nice.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
It's always a big day in a young man's life when he gets to run the board by himself during a live show. Well, I want to start with this because we've had a number of these stories. I don't know if this is the first for this year. I know that last year we had probably 4 or 5 instances where a local playground was vandalized. And I don't understand the idiocy of people who go to public parks and cause damage. Because, you know, usually the parks, unless there are people there, they're not typically monitored. I don't know of public parks that have security cameras or even like in the bathroom. Like you don't want, let's be honest, you don't want security cameras in the bathroom necessarily. But that's what happened up in Preble County. This was at at the ASK playground. That's the Preble County Board of Developmental Disabilities. They posted something online that the restrooms at the ASK, or I guess that would be ASK, maybe. The playground was vandalized, and now the bathrooms are closed until further notice. So moms and dads who take their kids there to the park, not only can they not go to the bathroom, their kids can't go to the bathroom. So, I just don't understand why people do this. I just don't get it. You know, a couple of years ago, it was we had a number of these issues, and I believe it was like motor oil. But people, like one park, they poured like I don't know, 12 quarts of motor oil all over the rides. We had another one downtown where somebody torched it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people vandalize in the first place, but I just don't get the whole park thing, right? Because I guess it's easy. It's an easy target because, like I said, usually it's not monitored, but it's just ridiculous. 937-957-1290. We got a breaking the law story here. Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. And I bring this up, this particular story, because I wanted to ask the women out there, red flags on a first date. So a guy or gal or whoever picks you up at your place and you're going to go out on a date, your very first date. What are the red flags that right away tell you, this isn't going to end up with a second date, and this first date might end early? Because this to me would be an obvious example of a red flag. This happened in Scottsdale, Arizona. A 22-year-old man was caught driving 120 mile an hour on a freeway. And apparently he was on his first date with a woman. Yeah, this is crazy. His date allegedly told the trooper that they were on their first date and that she felt scared, saying, quote, "This would be their last date." Yes, 100%. Speeding on the highway is one thing. Like if the speed limit's 65 and you're going 70, 75, all right, you kind of, all right. 120, that is a red flag. Authorities say he was taken into custody and tried to plead for a warning, saying it was his first offense. He was booked on charges of criminal speed and reckless driving. Car was impounded for 20 days. Yeah. You don't get off because it's your first offense when you're going 120. Maybe you get off on your first offense because you're going 75 and a 55, right? Not 120. But that definitely total red flag. Criminal activity, first date, red flag, 100%. Another red flag, and this happened to me, and I would love to get the perspective of not just the ladies, but the men out there. When you've gone on a first date, remember back, maybe you've been married for a long time, when you were in your dating years, what sort of first dates, like disasters? I remember in the early days of Yahoo Personals. Remember Yahoo Personals? Yes. I believe that was the precursor to Match.com. But either way, I met some woman on Yahoo Personals, and we talked 4 or 5 times, and finally, she relented and allowed me to take her out. So I get to her house, and she answers the door, and she has a ace bandage wrapped around her hand. And it was wintertime, and it had been icy and snowy. And I said, "Oh my gosh, what happened to your hand?" And she goes, "Oh, I slipped on the ice and I broke my fall with her hand." I said, "Oh, that's awful." She goes, "That's okay. I've been taking Vicodin." And then she picks up a glass of wine and just chugs the whole thing. So this woman, very first date, washing down the Vicodin with red wine. So needless to say, the rest of the night was just off the hook. Lame. It was so lame because she was high on Vicodin and drunk on wine. And oh my gosh, it was nuts. It was nuts. That was a red flag. Didn't go out again. I mean, if you're mixing cocktails with Vicodin, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now, if you're going to do that in the privacy of your own home on your own, where you're safe, not that that's safe, but if you're going to do it there, but not on a first date. I mean, she was absolutely useless.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hello, Sherry. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. It is Wing It Wednesday. They pick you up and take you parking. No dinner, no movie, just to their favorite parking spot. Oh, wow. Melinda, I'm going to have to mention that one. That's a good one. Now, were you a teenager then?
Everyone get ready. Everyone. Everyone get ready.
You know, we're going to get a total eclipse here.
You will have the unique, thrilling experience of standing at the epicenter of a total solar eclipse.
Wow, look at the sun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
We get it.
Dr. Duncan and his team will teach you how to make the right decisions when it comes to what food you Isn't it time to reclaim your youthful vision? 22nd at 6 o'clock in the evening at Stall Vision. Enjoy refreshments while Dr. Brian Stahl, Dr. James Knowles, and Dr. John Gillis give you all the facts about breakthrough advanced life
Oh, yeah, Stephanie, that's a good one. That's a good one. How they treat the wait staff. Do you have background radio on, or is it? Oh, Stephanie, I was listening to something on my phone. Sorry about that. Maybe that's what you heard. Sorry about that. Trying to edit a quick video. Oh, Heather, that sounds like a great first date. Or it could be my headphones. My headphones are kind of loud. All right, here we go.
Man admits to stabbing a deputy. We'll have latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
I promise this will be fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. This time tomorrow night, we're going to be broadcasting live at All the Best Delicatessen down on Far Hills there in Washington Township. Stop on out and see us. Plenty of Edge Heads will be there. We've got some trivia contests for some prizes. And, of course, they've got amazing specials and the best bar. Specials until 6 o'clock there at the best bar. But you got to check it out. It's there on Far Hills there in Washington Township. Just look for the WHIO radio van. Brendan and Dane, what's going on, Brendan?
Yeah, Todd, I had two things. I'll be quick and respectful, but I just was telling your producer, he's, well, now my new favorite producer because his name's Oliver.
Ollie,
My son's name is Oliver, and I call him Ollie, but when he's in trouble, I call him Oliver.
Wait, Brendan, that's what I'm going to
you know?
do. I'm going to call him Ollie on the day-to-day or whenever he's producing the show, but when he screws up, Oliver.
Yep. So he always knows where he stands.
That's right. That's right.
But the other thing was the red flag. I was thinking about it, and I always used to think that the woman that I was on a first date with was a red flag. But as I've gotten older and more mature, I realized that I was likely the red flag. And it wasn't some crazy story, but it's just something you don't bring up on a first date. But anyways, in college, I was, I like to call myself a lobbyist, or was at one time.
Sure,
I was very into politics and everything. And so, like, the very first thing I asked her when we sat down, just being in the state of mind I was at the time, I was like, so what's the worldview? And she kind of like looks at me with wide eyes, and I say, well, like politics and religion, like, where do you stand? And she never answered that question,
Brandon.
And I thought, like, wow, what a red flag. She couldn't even like tell me what she believed. But later on, I thought, you know what? I think I'm the red flag.
Yeah.
You don't bring that up on a first date.
You don't bring that,
maybe on even a second date,
or even a third. You just kind of let things work out, and then you bring it up when things are getting a little bit serious, right?
Right. So maybe I was the red flag.
But on the other hand, if that for you might be like a hardcore stop, like if you don't want to be with somebody who doesn't share your views on a litany of things, then maybe it's better to just cut your losses and stop wasting their time.
Right.
That's just a thought. Could have been. Thanks, Brendan.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Yeah, that's another good point, Heather. The best, I think the best first date, unless, like, if you're not going to go like in the evening, or you could even do it in the evening. I think the best first date is like coffee. It's the best first date because you can leave at any time. There's no huge commitment. Right? You could be sitting at dinner, you order a dinner, and 10 minutes in, you're like, this sucks. But you got to sit there and eat the dinner. I mean, you don't have to, I guess, technically, but it's polite to finish the meal, especially if they're buying it. But I think coffee's the way to go. Her husband answers the door. Yeah, that would be a red flag.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me.
Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you. You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Madonna, she's in the news. Oh my, I remember this one. So Madonna, she was playing Coachella, big outdoor festival, and she did a surprise performance the other day. What was it, the 17th, over the weekend? And after her big performance, somebody stole her the corset that she had been wearing. Let's see, what else? A dress, a jacket, and she's put out, a reward for the return of her corset and dress. I feel like Madonna's probably misplaced many pieces of undergarments over her lifetime, right? Where'd they go? Where did I leave them? Yeah. So, I guess the items were last seen on a golf cart at this Empire Polo Grounds, and police think maybe it's not so much a case of somebody robbing her, but rather the bags of clothes fell off the golf cart and somebody just scooped them up. They thought, oh, what's that? Now, Madonna says that these are from her personal archives. You know, it's funny. My wife has a lot of clothes. She doesn't refer to them as her archives. She refers to them as her collection. It's not like a clothes hoard. It's a collection. It's a clothes collection. But I would imagine, Madonna, she's a big-time celebrity, music star, whatever. Maybe all of her junk is archival. Who knows? So there you go. Madonna in the news once again. I can't think of the last time we had Madonna news. We got a Cars in the Building update here. Your crashed car.
In local news, a spectacular car crash. House car.
Well, I got news for you. I think it's a very good possibility at this rate that we could be. I think we could be at 50 before May 1st, and that is a shame. That is scary. The latest happened up in Logan County, Indian Joint Fire District, Indian Lake EMS Joint Ambulance District. They responded to a big rig. Let's see, that crashed into a home. Let's see if I can get the minor, if any, structure damage, heavy damage to both commercial units requiring heavy wreckers. There's a couple of pictures. It's hard to tell from the pictures, but yeah, it looks like a house got hit by a big rig. Maybe just sideswiped it, but still enough to cause some damage. But that is 45 for the year. 45 if you're keeping track of cars crashing or vehicles. It's not just cars. It could be big rigs. On our list of things that we accept, it's really any sort of mode of transportation. Let me find it real quick. Just so people know what we're talking about here. It's, where is it? I have a whole list of rules that we use to discern these things. And I can't seem to find it. That's the problem. Whenever I need it, I can't find it. But it's cars, it's trains, it's planes. I think we've added drone taxis to the list. Even boats. A boat could go so fast it skips off the water onto the beach and into a beach house. It could happen. So we count it. But we're now up to 45. 937-957-1290. I had a story at the beginning of the show about a guy who was 22, lives in Arizona. He was on his first date with this girl, trying to impress her, and got busted speeding 120 miles an hour on the freeway. And I feel like that is a red flag. 100% that is a red flag to this young woman who's like, oh my God, I can't get in a car with this guy. He's insane. So I asked the question, what are some other red flags? And we got a couple off of the live stream. Melinda writes, red flag, they pick you up and take you parking. No dinner, no movie, just to their favorite parking spot. Do kids go parking anymore? Is that, I think that means like making out, like make out point or whatever you want to call it, you know? I'm not sure. Oliver. Phone's ringing. Okay. All right. This is his first day. This is Ollie's first day producing the show. So I got to stay on top of him. He's going to hate me by the time the show's over. Let's see. Here's another one. Stephanie says they talk about themselves the whole time, or they mistreat the server. That's a big one. That is a big one. That's a good thing to remember, not just on a date, but also like a job interview. I don't know if job interviews really take place at restaurants, but sometimes you might be meeting somebody you could be going into business with. And if you treat the server like garbage, that is not a good sign. That doesn't reflect good on you as a person. So that's a good one. Let's see. Where's another one? There's one here where Heather says, I went on a blind date once and the guy was telling me all of his physical ailments. That's not a good way to start. Also, the date was at a football game at a bar. They had 25-cent tacos, and he said he couldn't eat them because he had a very flatulent family. Wow, that's surprising there wasn't a second date. Really? 937-957-1290. Rob in Springfield. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Todd. Good evening, sir. I love you. Love the show.
Thank you. Wow, Bob. That's Rob. Sorry, Rob. That is great. That is great. So what's happening?
Well, I listen to you on my way home every night, but I missed it last night because I had to go play golf early.
Oh, you had to go play golf early. I got you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, definitely.
It was a beautiful day. Beautiful day for golf.
Yes. But it was too windy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right. So just a quick question. Cars in the buildings.
Yeah.
The one that happened in New Carlisle, the wreck, did that count or was it the telephone pole's fault?
No, it actually hit part of a house. It hit like the front porch.
So it did count.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does count. It does count. Now, I think what you're asking is like if they hit the pole and then the pole falls into the building, does it count? Is that what you're? No, it does not. That would not count. It's got to be the vehicle, and it can't. It also can't be parts of the vehicle. You know, like a car might have an accident and the tire comes flying off or something like that and hits a house. Right. That doesn't count.
Copy.
Yeah, gotcha. We've got a whole set of rules. I don't know where they are right now. I had them here, but now I can't find them. I've got too many papers here, but
it's okay. I know you're a busy man. That's all I wanted to ask, sir.
All right, Rob. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it. We got some mail.
Sit back down and shut your trap. It's time for mail call. Message for you, son.
You should see a fan mail.
You got a message.
I got your letter. Amazing what you can accomplish by mail.
Congratulations, Skippy. You've got mail.
If you'd like to shoot me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, I was listening to your podcast this morning on the way to work. By the way, that's a great way to listen to the show. If you can't catch the whole show, like Rob he was golfing yesterday. He was golfing. He couldn't hear the show. He missed the show. But if he'd go back and listen to the podcast version, which is available at eveningedgetodd.com and many other platforms, you can go back and listen to the show that you missed. Or maybe you loved it so much you wanted to hear it again. Hey, Todd, I was listening to your podcast this morning on the way to work, and you were talking about the dog that ate 6 socks and a tote bag and survived. Yeah, we had a story last night. I believe the dog was from South Jersey, and his name was Ricky. And wasn't feeling too good. Took him to the vet. He had demolished 6 socks and a tote bag. I saw another story very similar on my news feed this morning. It's about a cat that survived eating more than 3 dozen hair baubles. I'm assuming those are like hair ties. I use them all the time and have caught my cat playing with them. You got to watch them close. They're like little toddlers getting into everything. Love your show. Thank you. Melinda in Tip City. Yeah, so I found this story. It was a cat in England that ate 37 hair baubles. It's like, and I looked them. I wasn't sure how they related to like hair ties, but they're hair ties, but they're kind of puffy and they're plastic and they're not like typical the little rubber band ties. Anyway, that's what this cat ate. 37. Oh, wow. You know, you'd think if you had 37 hair baubles at one time and just slowly over a couple of weeks, you kept misplacing them or you couldn't find them in your house, that might be a clue that something is happening to your hair baubles. They're not just getting kicked under the couch. Fifi the kitty's eating them.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
You sure? It's funny. I married my red flag, and that's how the fight began. That's funny, Clinton. That's funny. Oh, that's good. That's funny. I hope it's not a real fight, a real disagreement, because that's funny. Oh, wow. Wow, Melinda, that's a crazy story. She did bite me. Wait a second. We cover those, don't we? We cover adults biting.
There's nothing more meaningful you can do for yourself, your family, and your friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially with vacation season right around the corner. Let me help. Hey, it's Todd from WHIO. QC Kinetics in Dayton is changing the way people deal with pain. Treatments are done right in the office, and you can go right back to your day. It's really that easy. So ask yourself, do you have constant joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back? Or is pain keeping you up at night? Are you missing work or saying no to the things you love? Do you want to avoid surgery and a long recovery? Maybe you're relying on medications just to get through the day. If you said yes to more than one, today could be the day you finally turn the corner. QC Kinetics regenerative treatments are non-surgical, done in the office with no downtime. and the consultation is free, so don't wait. Call now, 937-936-0325. That's 937-936-0325. Again, 937-936-0325. Trust me, this could be the most meaningful thing you do for yourself and for the people who care about you.
Design a kitchen that fits your style. Select Kitchen Design offers free in-house design services and features
Wow. That's actually a pretty clever tattoo. I don't know why, but I find that amusing.
When you watch News Center 7D.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Logan County now has a severe thunderstorm warning.
Dayton's only all-news morning show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning on your way to work.
Dayton's News and Talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO. Dayton, Springfield, WHIO-FM, Pleasant Hill.
Car leaves the interstate and ends up on fire in an embankment. Well, the latest at 6 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst at 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
You have to admit that he is a lot of fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Real quickly, Stephanie and Kettering. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Love your show.
Oh, thank you
Again,
so much.
love your show. And we're going to try and bring my posse tomorrow and meet you at the deli.
Oh, that would be great. I'd love to see you guys. So do you have a red flag on a first date?
Oh, yeah. So my first date, he took me to a golfing range, the driving range.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be teaching me golf.
Yeah.
Finally said, you know what, Stephanie, you're never going to be any better than I ever am. I divorced him 7 years later.
Wow. Wow. So that was the first date. See, I remember
the first date.
I had a couple of first dates where it was miniature golf, but that was like in high school. I didn't know about a driving range.
No,
yeah.
No, I was 30, 26, 27.
Do you still play golf?
Hell no. I'm a golf widow.
A golf widow. All right, Stephanie. I got to fly here. I appreciate your call. Right. Have a good one.
Sounds good.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I mean, this guy is something else.
That's for you. Keep listening to the radio.
On WHIO.
All right. Sorry about that. Had to edit something. All righty. I'm Chuck McDowell.
Geographic atrophy, or GA. Subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer. Thank you for the world around you. Izervay, or vasoconstricting pagel, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
HIO payroll payout is back. Win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2 and 5 each weekday. Play on the WHIO app or at WHIO.com.
WHIO news time to 6:07. Now we're Miami Valley's most accurate and dependable forecaster, Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney.
For tonight, we'll have a chance of showers and storms north of I-70. Those should quiet down closer to midnight. The rest of the night is quiet and dry, low of 58. For Thursday, we're looking at a partly cloudy day overall, high temperature of 81 degrees. Friday, a chance for storms by late evening, high of 80 degrees. Saturday, decreasing clouds with a high of 72. Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 73. Into Monday, another chance of storms late in the day. Those could be strong to severe, high of 77. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Cheney from Dayton City Weather Station 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
The latest scan of live Doppler 7 radar. We're seeing some heavy rain for strong winds and into Logan County. There is a standing severe thunderstorm warning for Logan County ongoing until 6:45. It is currently 77 in Springfield and 78 in downtown Dayton at 6:08.
This traffic report is sponsored by Crisper Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at CrisperTire.com.
Area freeways still accident free, no unusual slowdowns. Still have that State Route 73 closed in both directions. This is from State Route 48 to Bunnell Hill Road. There's a crash there we've been dealing with for several hours. An alternate would be 741 south of Springboro. Take that east on lower Springboro Road to State Route 48 north and rejoin Route 73. It's about a 5-mile detour. I'm Will Harris, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Our next scheduled news in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Time is time for action. Well, the radio is on.
I've been waiting all day.
It's go time.
That's the big thing today, radio.
Getting restless?
Speak into the microphone, Squid Brain.
Let's start the show.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
And I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd. You know, yeah, it's just a goofy name, okay? Hi, what's your name? Todd. I'm Todd.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Coming up later this hour, just after 6:30, it is Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by my good friends at My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. We are going to have some folks here from the Miamisburg Historical Society. They've got a couple of events coming up celebrating the, I think it's probably in part celebrating 250 years in the United States. So that's kind of cool. But they will be here shortly. I saw this story, and, I'm being honest, I've only probably been to a half a dozen weddings in my life that I was not in. So, I've got a friend who's been married twice, and I was his best man 2 times. I think that beep is playing too much. It should only play once in a while, right? Did we didn't change it. Ron, did we change the beep? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was it was going to drive me nuts. It was going to drive me nuts, but we'll get it fixed. But I've only been to a handful of weddings where, I wasn't in it. I was the best man a couple of times. I was a groomsman, But I don't ever recall any of the bride or groom, and usually it's the bride, making crazy demands of guests. I've never experienced that. Now, I know that sometimes this can happen. I've seen stories where the bride says, I want everybody dressed in white, or we don't want any kids. Or, there's all kinds of crazy demands that sometimes bridezillas will make. Well, I saw this story and I thought, I don't think that this is that unreasonable of a demand. This bride, she's on TikTok. Her name is Cher Nicole. She asked everybody who was coming to the wedding, all the men, to wear a tie. She wanted people to wear a tie. She wanted the guys there to wear a tie. Now, I don't think that is too unreasonable. Now, I know that there are some men out there that don't like wearing ties. Absolutely. They loathe wearing ties. I get it. But in this case, it was her uncle who threw a fit, and his wife, her aunt. They got this email or this message saying, hey, everybody needs to wear a tie. And her aunt's response was, this is the United States of America, not Princess Land. We will not be there. So the aunt of this young bride totally turned her back on the festivities because her husband didn't want to wear a tie. I can't imagine being so petty on something like that. Isn't that crazy? I feel like that's nuts. Is that too high of a demand to ask guys going to a wedding to wear a tie? I don't think so. It wasn't like you have to wear a bow tie, right? You don't have to wear a suit. It didn't say anything about wearing a suit. You could just wear a white dress shirt and a tie, right? And as soon as the cocktails start flowing at the reception, you loosen it up a little bit. It's the big deal. She even tried to help out. The bride tried to help her aunt out and found a $6.99 black silk necktie that she sent the link for $7. $7. That's all it would have cost. But instead, Aunt says, nope, we're not going to do it. We're putting our foot down. Your uncle is not wearing a tie. I don't think that's an unreasonable request. Do you? 937-957-1290. Like I said, I know that there are men out there that can't stand wearing a tie. But for a couple of hours, if you're that uptight about the tie, maybe just wear it to the ceremony and then book out of there. But at least come support your niece and her new husband, right? That seems a little nuts. I saw this today that Top Gun, the original, is returning to the movie theaters to celebrate its 40th anniversary. Paramount Pictures says they're re-releasing Top Gun in theaters, and its sequel, Top Gun Maverick, will also be screened. I saw somewhere that I think it was WHIO.com said this was going to be like a double feature, but I looked online and I couldn't see anywhere locally. And this is supposed to open on May 13th. And you can get tickets for it now if you're really that eager. That it's going to be shown back to back. Now, I would like to think that that maybe you could see both films for the price of one ticket, right? Like drive-ins. A lot of drive-ins do that. That's pretty standard, I think. But I don't know about double features at movie theaters anymore. I don't even think that they've done that. Maybe down at the Plaza in Miamisburg. We've done a lot of stuff down there, and I seem to recall that maybe when there were double bills, the tickets were more. Now the tickets are only $5 each, but I don't think the theaters are going to let you see Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick for the price of one ticket. I could be wrong. We do have a couple of these stories about fighter jets. Kind of go along with our Top Gun theme. The Finnish Air Force confirmed that several of their cadets on a training flight were disciplined after using their flight patterns to create the shapes of male genitalia in the sky. Oh, maybe I should have played the warning here. Hold on for a second. Let me just, yeah.
Warning. We have young ears present.
That's very adult, Todd.
How salacious.
Here it comes. This is your last warning. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
We're just getting a message. Our guests are here for Wing It Wednesday. So the Finnish Air Force confirmed several of their cadets on a training flight were disciplined after they used their flight patterns to create the shapes of penises in the sky. Now, I'm sure you've probably seen this online before where somebody tries to draw something in a plane and they use this flight tracker and it shows their path and they make, like a heart, I love you, Fran, whatever. In this case, they're creating genitalia. And that's exactly what the flight radar tracking service showed. Air Force representative confirmed the pilots were disciplined for their actions and that the Air Force requires soldiers to follow good manners and rules of conduct. Okay, well, there you go. And then the second one, this actually happened a couple of years ago, but it's just come to light. Two South Korean fighter jets collided midair after their pilots began taking photos and videos on their phones. The incident was recently revealed in a detailed report by Seoul's Board of Audit and Inspection. And apparently this caused significant damage to the plane. All pilots involved survived with no injuries. According to the report, taking photos during significant flights was a common practice among pilots at the time. The collision occurred during a flight mission when one pilot flying the Wingman aircraft decided to commemorate his last flight in his military unit by taking photos on his personal mobile phone. That reminds me of Goose in Top Gun when they took the Polaroid of the Russian MiG. They were upside and they flipped him off. That's what it reminds me of. During the flight, the lead aircraft's pilot asked another crew member to record a video of the wingman jet. The wingman pilot then made a sudden maneuver, climbing higher and rolling the aircraft to improve the camera angle. This brought the two F-15K jets dangerously close, and they collided. Military says they did about $600,000 in damage to to one of their jets. So there you go, a couple of crazy fools up in the air, flying jets.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Miami Township moves on from its former fiscal officer. We'll have the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
So what's wrong with having a little fun, huh?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget, tomorrow night, it's our next Evening Edge happy hour. We're going to be live at All the Best Delicatessen down there on Far Hills in Washington Township. They've had us there a number of times. They love the Edgeheads. They love to have us there. And we're making our return tomorrow night, live 5 to 7. They have all kinds of great specials that you can try. I would encourage you to try the Hottie Toddy Kickin' Meatloaf Sandwich, my own creation. Meatloaf with pepper jack cheese and horseradish. Yummy. As well as their brand new flight of soups, which I'm taking all the credit for. Last time we were there, they gave me like 4 or 5 different types of soups to try. And I said, you know what you should do is you should give us little smaller versions, like a flight of soup, like they do at craft beer places. You get a flight of beer, you get different beers to try. How about different types of soup? And they've got all kinds of great homemade soup. So come out and see us tomorrow. Once again, 5 to 7. All the Best Delicatessen down there on Far Hills in Washington Township. We'll have some prizes to give away. We've got some fun trivia and just a good time all around with the Edgeheads.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
So say hello, everybody. We've got Lee and Dana here from the Miamisburg Historical Society. Say hello and be nice. And they are wearing costumes. They came ready to play.
Yes, we did.
That is awesome. And we also have Greg Powell over here in the corner. You can't see him. He's hiding. But see, what does he do? He is the president. Oh, wow. He's the big cheese. Mm-hmm. The big poobah.
Grand fromage.
Very cool. Very cool. But they've got all kinds of cool stuff coming up here over the next couple of months to, of course, celebrate 250 years of the United States.
Yes.
And how old is Miamisburg? Where's that fall in there?
1811, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The Historical Society has multiple different facilities. It has a brand new, newish, it looks new to me, center with all their artifacts and exhibits, but they also have a little corner called Heritage Village, which has an 1811 tavern still on its original location.
Oh, cool.
All restored. And it has, I'm going to say it's an 1807 residence. And they are from families that still live in Miamisburg. The Gephardt family, cool. The Kircher family.
Yeah.
You hear those names all over Miamisburg.
Hold on. Don't tell me everything because we wait until we get on the air.
Okay.
Because that's great information to know. When you get on, bring that mic closer. You can bring the mics closer to you, or you can get closer to the mic. Otherwise, it's you sound like you're a mile away.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to get right up in there.
Got it.
You know? Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I've worked with Jason for a long time. Different places over the years.
Working through Little Bite.
Favorite place was with Steve Kirk.
So where are these from?
That was my very first job was let's see, how old was I? I was 20. And I was working at WING
just running the board. They'd only let me on the air for 6 seconds every hour to do a forecast. Sunny today, high near 80. That was my big break. But I did that, and then I ended up getting a job down the hallway, working overnights at Z93, which was the top 40 station. So I would do overnights, and then the next morning, the morning show on that station would coerce me to go get them breakfast, run into McDonald's, because McDonald's wasn't open when they came in, at 4 o'clock or 4:30. They weren't open 24 hours like many of them are now. But I'd always get Steve Kirk something. He'd say, "Hey, get me a coffee and get me a McMuffin or whatever." So I'd go and I'd bring the food back, and I'd give the morning show guys their crap, and then I'd go sit in the studio and watch Steve Kirk do a show every morning, which was cool because he was the one that really got me interested in radio. I was always sort of fascinated with it, but then when I was 10, my Weeblos Cub Scout group went on a tour of Wing, and he was the guy who gave us the tour, and I just fell in love with all the shiny knobs and microphones and buttons. Yeah. And so yeah, it was cool to get to work there, I didn't work there for terribly long. When I started there, they still, like, Kirky was on and Kim Ferris was on doing middays. Jason was, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was doing nights or something. But I do remember a couple of times producing Gene by Golly Berry's show. He did a live show out at the Dayton Radisson Inn.
I still have his saying that he said every night in my toolbox. Good night, cats and kittens.
Oh.
You got to go to see a man about a record.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I only met him a few times because when I was back at the studio producing his show, he was out somewhere. He was doing the remote. So, but I got to work with a couple of the legends.
Nice.
I met Lou M once. I was in the studio working on a Saturday, and he walked in smoking a cigar. I believe it was him. I don't think it was his ghost. But yeah. All right. We've got about a minute or so.
My last government coordinator at the place where I work was a radio, did Oasis and all kinds of things for years and years and years. But he's an older gentleman named Kurt Radel. But he's now the president of the Fairborn Chamber of Commerce, or the director of that.
What was his last name?
Kurt Radel. Mm-hmm. And he's like 70 something. He's like an old guy he's under. And I was a terrible person. He did not keep track. Like, he would tell me the stories, and they would not, like, the names would not stick. So I can't give you any hints.
But I grew up here, so it's nice to work at all the stations that I grew up listening to. I mean, I remember calling talk shows on WHIO when I was like 10, 11 years old, winning, answering trivia questions and winning gallons of Lady Borden ice cream. And
oh, nice.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Station WHIO.
Depend on it.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who would like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're going to have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it.
So we're just going to wing it?
I think I'm just going to wing it.
Just wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube, and it is Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. And I am so excited because not only did they bring me some great wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, but Lee and Dana are here from the Miamisburg Historical Society, along with the president, Greg Powell. Greg's sort of sitting out right now. He's just a little camera shy. I think he's a little camera shy. But here's the great thing. Lee and Dana, they are in costume. They are in costume, and I am so excited about that. So, yeah, give them a round of applause. This is how you do it. I think that the last person that was here in costume, I wouldn't call it a costume, but I had somebody here from the United Rehabilitation Services. They do the big duck regatta, and she had a dress with ducks on it. Nice. So rubber ducks.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like a costume, 100%.
Yeah. Love it.
Well, thank you.
Make an 1860s dress with rubber duck print.
That'd be fun.
Now I need to do that.
Is that a little out of place? Wouldn't it be a little
Depends
bit?
on which time.
Wooden duckies.
I suppose wooden duckies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lee and Dana are here. They're with the Miamisburg Historical Society. And first of all, I was kind of telling you guys off the air, I am a huge history guy. I love history. I used to be a volunteer at the Montgomery County Historical Society before it became Dayton History and everything, moved down to Carillon. And I've done stuff with Carillon and so on and so forth. And I've got a Dayton baseball collection that's over at the Wright State University archives, special collections and archives. So I'm a big history guy. So when Greg reached out to me and said, "Hey, can we come and talk about?" I'm like, "Of course." So this is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And I know that a lot of local historical groups are going to be doing special things throughout the year to sort of commemorate that. And Greg gave me this big packet of all kinds of stuff that's going on down in Miamisburg. Well, first of all, let's talk about a little bit just the history of Miamisburg, because you were sharing with me it was established in 1811, which was just a handful of years after Ohio became a state, and there's still families that live there now that were there from that period.
They're
or close?
Still there, and they're active members of the Historical Society. I'm actually not from Miamisburg, so it amazes me, and I love this every time I go to an event and I get to meet more people. The Historical Society actually has lots of different facilities. They have a center with their modern exhibits, but we dress up at this little corner that's Heritage Village, and there's a 1811 tavern. It's in its original place. It's never been moved. It's been restored back to being a tavern at some point, and there's a residence also on the property, and then there's a smokehouse from a different. You have to come to learn all the details about them.
Is it a working tavern?
So it's not.
Oh, I was hoping for some mead.
I won't say that I didn't decide to make it really accurate at one event and make an 18th century punch, because
what was that called?
Let's see. I made Imperial Punch.
Okay.
And that is an 18th century punch recipe. And we were in a tavern and I felt like it needed to happen in there.
Yeah.
So we may or may not have just made that happen.
I got you.
Which is actually kind of the exciting part, that a lot of historical societies have artifacts, and they're also important because the local historical societies are what ties the big picture of history to your neighborhood, to the people that you know. In Miamisburg, they're looking to take that to the next level with this village by having living history, by having reenactors come out, by having living historians that have different skills. Lee has an entire warped loom that he's doing all kinds of fiber teaching and weaving in one of the houses.
Lee, you're a loomer?
I'm
is that what they call him? Loomer?
Fiber artist, spinner, weaver, something.
I kind of like
we
loomer.
can make warp puns.
Loomer. I loom.
You can make puns about warping because all weavers are a little warped. Because you have the warp in them.
Yeah, I got you. That makes sense.
I didn't say they were good puns.
No, that's fine. I love 18th century puns.
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
Dana mentioned the
17,
couple of facilities that we have. And I think one of the more fun ones is the Carnegie Library is right next to the History Center.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got to work with the city, and there's a big restoration project. And the cool thing is, we found out that when the library is first started, the Carnegie Foundation, I think, sent $12,500 to help build the library.
Right.
And somebody had the great idea that anyone who wants to donate $12,500 payable over 5 years can become a member of our Carnegie Society, which is a fun thing. I think the fundraising is kicking off for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Soon.
Yeah.
Now.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be able to expand the displays. They'll have veterans-based, military-based collections in it.
Right.
Right now, they have a military display because, again, any part of the big national history has its connection to how that was affecting the local neighborhoods. So if you're interested in World War II and you go to the center, you'll find out which residents of Miamisburg were in World War II. And because you still see so many of the names,
Right.
that tavern is the Gephardt Tavern. That residence in the village is the Kircher House. The Gephardts and the Kirchers still live in Miamisburg.
That's amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's great. So, but I know that a lot of the history, and it's that way all through Dayton because of the river life. But it's even I love what Miamisburg has done down there by the river. You know, we've done a lot of events down at the Plaza Theater, and that whole area behind there is just awesome. It's just great.
You know, last year, of course, we're in Civil War clothing.
Right.
These events throughout the season will be different eras for different events. But the first one we have the first weekend of May is Civil War. Last year, the Civil War event happened to fall on May 4th, which is
Star Wars Day.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you. And the theater down the street was having a special May the 4th day. So we had little kids coming down from the theater and hanging out at our Civil War events with their little mini lightsabers.
Yeah.
We may or may not have also brought lightsabers. And by we, I mean, I may have brought like 5 lightsabers and we battled children.
So
when I
so
say
it was-
living history, whatever makes it connect.
So it was sort of a combination of the Battle of Gettysburg and the Imperial Death Star battle. Or I mean,
There are rebels.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
I mean, really, you could draw parallels.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
If you were willing to stretch it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but you know, the Civil War is great, but if I had to name a favorite war, it would be the Revolutionary War. Yeah.
And we're talking about the 250th,
Right.
which means Revolutionary War everywhere. It's kind of exciting that Miamisburg Historical Society started a couple years ago working on having living history and building connections in the living history community, because they're not starting from scratch. They've already got some people that have been coming out and doing events. They actually had 3 workshops on making your first Revolutionary War outfit, because there are members who don't do living history, but they want in. It's the 250th. They want to get
come
in
to
on
the
this.
parade in a cool costume.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, because, and this is kind of I don't want to get too sidetracked on this, but I have a 13th great grandfather who was a wagoneer in the Civil War, was stationed at, Washington's winter quarters. It's escaping me. No, his winter quarters. Everybody in their cars are screaming
They're
at
all
it. Right?
screaming,
Yeah.
New Jersey? Is it Trenton?
No.
No.
It's
Okay.
Oh, come on now. I know
Sorry,
what
I've been
it is.
focusing on the Northwest Territory, which is what's happening in the Revolutionary War out in this area.
I know
'Cause
what
it
it is.
happening.
I just can't think of it. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I could see me in a tricorn.
Absolutely.
100%.
I actually think
Some breeches.
everyone looks better in historical clothing. And I used to work at another museum, and it was usually the teenage boys that were a little nervous. And I'm like, you don't know, guys. And we dressed up one teenager, and he came down, and the other camp counselors were all girls, and they were like, oh, you look so good. And it was just well-timed for him.
Valley Forge.
You're
Sorry.
talking. Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was
Oh my
killing me.
gosh.
Had to look.
It's been a long work day.
I
okay?
got you.
You're right. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
It just, you've got waistcoats that always, I mean, outfits should always have a waistcoat.
Yeah.
Look at Lee's
Yeah.
waistcoat here.
Yeah.
So even work outfits, they just look so good.
So
Highly recommend.
So this is I love this. I mean, it starts. Well, first of all, there was something else I saw that you've got some sort of presidential trivia coming up, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. That's starting Thursday, April 30th at the Miamisburg History Center. You've got presidential forefather trivia night.
So he's going to come in and provide a lot of trivia that people just probably don't know about that.
Okay.
Which would be a lot of fun.
Cool.
And if you were listening in your car shouting the answer to the winter quarters, you should probably go because you're ready.
Yes.
I'm
yeah.
obviously not.
And then on Saturday and Sunday, May 2nd and 3rd, you've got the Civil War weekend and ice cream social. And then we jump forward to June 7th, which is the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, and I'm excited because we have new members that have been making their Revolutionary War outfit.
Yeah.
And they're going to get to wear it for the first time in the parade in May, but also at that event on June 7th.
And then on Sunday, July 5th, the day after Independence Day, you're talking 1790s to 1812. Now, what's going to happen with that? What are you going to be focusing on?
If you're a Jane Austen fan, you call that the Regency era. And if you're not a Jane Austen fan, why? But that's another question. But in this country, we didn't have a regent. It's the federal era, and it's the time when everything's getting settled out here. You'll notice that's the time when all these cabins got built.
Right.
Any of the things. And so what we talk about in that weekend is what's happening out here in the Northwest Territory after the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about, right? We all learn in school some basics about the Revolutionary War, and it's the 250th, so we'll get some extra. But then there's a thing that happens that's very country building, and it really relates directly to this part of the country. And that's the era. That's when it happens, this federal era.
Yeah, cool. All right, hang tight. We'll be back. We got to do a couple of commercials. And then we'll, when we come back, we'll just hit on some of these one more time and let people know how they can get more details.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Who, Todd? Okay, yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Good job. You
Well,
guys
thank
are
you.
professional speakers.
See why I'm sitting over here?
Oh, they did great. They did great.
It's just because he doesn't have an outfit yet.
Yeah, I did a bunch of genealogy years ago, and found found that out. And his name was Jacob Hoover, and then his children were the ones that came to Montgomery County.
See,
and I
that's
don't.
that
It was early
casual-
1800s,
yeah.
yeah.
And
And that
there's a-
was my mom's family.
There's a reason for that, which I won't over rabbit hole into right now, but it has to do with what was allowed under the British and their treaties and that they enforced. And then afterwards, Americans going, "You're not the boss of me," and then doing our own things.
Yeah.
And then treaties. And then later when it finally got safer because of treaties and battles and stuff like
Right.
that. But then early 1800s, that's when it's popping. That's when
Yeah.
you see like 1804 to 1811.
Yeah.
You
I
start
just
seeing
finished watching. There's a new documentary. I think it's new. I mean, I hadn't seen it. And I think it was 25 or 26 about Tecumseh.
that. Oh, is there a
And
new
it
Tecumseh
talks
one?
about
Yeah. That's all very
those
much
battles.
part of that.
Yeah, yeah. There's another one. Another series I love is the men. I think it's the men who built America,
I haven't watched
or
it.
something.
I've seen the
I-
title.
I
Yeah.
don't- something like that. But
There's a new Ken
they did
Burns
a thing on
Rev
Lewis
War
and Clark.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I watched. I that is my favorite war.
Rev War.
Is the Revolutionary
I'm from
War.
Massachusetts, and so
Okay.
Colonial and Rev War is my favorite.
Yeah.
So when I moved out here, everything was Civil War, and I was like, oh, if I
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah. But I only watched, honestly, I only watched about half of Ken Ken Burns' Revolutionary War. It was you got to understand.
I haven't watched it yet, but I hear among the Living History group, I hear mixed reviews.
Well, I think the history was great. It was just from a visual standpoint. You don't have photos. I mean, Civil War, we all got spoiled. Right. And you can go back and you can see, you can go to the battlefields today.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Gettysburg and you can do some really great video and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
But all the T-Walk.
but yeah, but that just doesn't exist with the Revolutionary War. And so it's harder to kind of make it visually interesting.
There were some interesting podcasts that I listened to that
5 or
interviewed
6
some of the
episodes or
producers and
yeah,
like what kind of choices they had to make on how they would create a visual.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I thought it was fine. It was just, I just kind of got sort of bored.
I thought that was more interesting than the actual thing. Is the actual show was the producers talking about what their decisions were.
Yeah. But
yeah, you should come out and play if you ever want to. We're in one thing that's nice about being such a small place is that it's really open, and we want to talk about volunteering. It's really accessible. So anybody who is like, how do you get to do that? Which I used to do in Massachusetts. I'd go, how do you get to be those people?
Yeah.
At the site doing the thing and wearing the clothes.
Yeah.
But at bigger sites, you have to be on a list and you have to know a person and you have to be.
Yeah.
And at a small site like this, come on over.
Yeah.
We'll help you figure it out. You know, come when you can. And if it's only sometimes, that's fine. There's not going to be a minimum number of hours and there's not going to be a bunch of workshops you have to take first.
Yeah.
You can just come, which is really nice.
It's cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll have about, honestly, we'll have about 2 minutes. So whatever, I think the best thing to do is usually just where can people get the list of everything that's going on, you know?
Find us on Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, that's really that's the key.
Yeah. Because we want them to not just visit. We want them to come play, which is fun.
There's you looming.
That's me.
He's a looming presence. His presence looms above all of us.
Years ago, I put on an event for it was in October. I can't remember the date. 16th something. It was Jonathan Dayton's birthday. So we had a party, a birthday party for Jonathan Dayton down at Newcomb's.
Mm.
Well, you know, not the real Newcomb's. That one's over there at the Caroline, but you know, the bar. And I dressed as Jonathan Dayton.
That's awesome.
My wife made, she was my girlfriend at the time, but she made, you know, breeches up to my knee, and I got stockings, and I got, I had like the frilly shirt, you know, and
nice.
She made a waistcoat. You
See,
know,
everybody looks better in waistcoats.
I had my powdered wig.
Mm-hmm.
And you felt amazing in it.
I did.
Yes.
I did. It was a lot of fun. They were like, Jonathan Dayton wasn't that big. Just saying that.
Rude.
Said, how do you know?
Excuse me.
You weren't there.
there?
You weren't there.
That's survival bias.
Yeah.
Love it. That's how, so we were talking about how you get there. I had been doing an Old West festival somewhere, and we weren't doing that anymore. And so one day I heard the village was open, and I just walked up with a drop spindle and a little laptop loom.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, do you guys mind if I sit down and just show stuff to people?
Oh,
yes.
And they never let him leave.
Oh, here we go. We're coming back. That's awesome. Just show up. Force your way in. I love it.
WHIO.
Can we have some fun now, please?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny. on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're going to have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, okay?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just gonna wing it?
You know, I think I'm just going to wing it.
Just wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. It is Wing It Wednesday, sponsored by My USA Credit Union, your best financial friend. And we've got Lee and Dana in here from Miamisburg Historical Society. A lot of great events coming up over the next number of months to help celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Dana, where can people go to get the rundown? I mean, there's a bunch of good stuff going on there in Miamisburg.
You're right, because there's way more than we're going to cover.
Yeah.
So there's a Facebook page. There is a website. Lee, want to give us the website
It
official?
is historicalmiamisburg.org.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will link you guys on tonight's show and on my Facebook page, so that way people can get more information if they want to go check it out. I think I might. I'm telling you what, I've always wanted to have a Revolutionary War costume, just to wear around the house,
I mean, who doesn't?
out on the deck. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just wearing this.
Right. You're just you didn't wear it for tonight.
Oh, you mean like a
just
costume? No, this is just what I'm wearing
This
today.
is what
Yeah,
you wear.
For sure.
This is what you wear. All right. Well, Lee, thank you so much for being on. Dana, you as well. Greg, nice meeting you. Thanks for being here as well and sitting in the corner. Nobody puts Greg in the corner.
No, we did though.
We'll be back. Tomorrow night we're going to be live out at All the Best Delicatessen, 5 to 7, down there on Far Hills in Washington Township. Please stop by if you can. We'd love to see you. Love to meet you. A lot of Edgeheads will be there. It'll be a good time for sure. Have a terrific Wednesday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow here on the Evening Edge.
And with that, folks, I thank you for listening.
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 Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you for listening. Listen, I'm probably making a bigger deal about this than I need to. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, everybody. Have a great one. Thank you.